History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Donald Trump feels, well, unprecedented. The indictments, the defiance, the open war with institutions. But honestly, history tells us something uncomfortable. Trump is not new. The conditions are. When political systems lose trust, figures like Trump don't just appear randomly. They emerge because, history has seen versions of them before. Today, on Talk Maniac, we're not just analyzing Donald Trump, we're placing him inside a longer historical pattern. Because once you understand Nixon, Berlusconi, and Julius Caesar, Trump suddenly makes a lot more sense. So, let's get into it. Trump is a crisis politician, not a normal one. He does not operate in stable political environments. He thrives when institutions are distrusted, media credibility collapses, legal systems look politicized, and voters feel ignored or humiliated. That puts him in a very specific historical category, not a reformer, not a technocrat, but a crisis native leader. And, honestly, history gives us three powerful comparisons. Now, let's talk about Richard Nixon, the paranoid strategist. Nixon was not unstable. He was brilliant, disciplined, and, deeply paranoid. Like Trump, Nixon believed institutions were stacked against him. Elites secretly controlled outcomes, and the press was an enemy, not a watchdog. Sound familiar? Nixon's mistake was subtle, but fatal. He fought the system quietly. Trump learned from that failure. Where Nixon tried to hide Watergate, Trump weaponizes investigation itself. Nixon feared exposure. Trump thrives on it. Nixon collapsed because secrecy failed. Trump survives because nothing is secret anymore. Trump is what Nixon would look like in the social media era. So, if Nixon explains Trump's paranoia, Berlusconi explains Trump's style. Berlusconi really treated politics like entertainment, faced endless corruption trials, and, claimed persecution by judges. He used media dominance to survive scandals. Italian institutions tried to destroy him legally, but instead, they turned him into a martyr for his supporters. Trump is basically Berlusconi scaled up for a superpower. It's the same playbook. Legal attacks become proof of elite panic. Courts are framed as political weapons, and supporters interpret prosecution as validation. The lesson here? Legal accountability fails when public trust is gone. That's not a Trump invention. Honestly, it's a system failure history keeps repeating. This is, honestly, the most uncomfortable comparison, but also the most important. Julius Caesar did not destroy the Roman Republic by force. He exposed how weak it already was. Rome depended on norms, restraint, and a shared belief in the system. Caesar, though, refused restraint. He challenged the Senate openly, framed elites as corrupt oligarchs, turned legal threats into justification for defiance, and made loyalty personal, not institutional. Trump doesn't march on Rome, but he does something just as destabilizing. He reveals that American institutions rely on voluntary compliance. When one actor refuses to comply, the system panics. That is Caesar's lesson. Part 5. Why Trump looks mad, but isn't. Trump appears irrational because he violates elite expectations, but, every major irrational move actually fits a pattern. Attack judges to test loyalty, escalate rhetoric to force attention, turn legal danger into political energy. This isn't discipline. It's adaptive dominance behavior. Like Caesar, like Berlusconi, like Nixon, before the collapse. Trump isn't planning 10 moves ahead, he's just reacting faster than institutions can respond. Part 6. The 2026 election as a systemic stress event. The 2026 election is not just a vote, it's a stress test. Legal rulings, election outcomes, and media narratives are now inseparable. Every verdict becomes political. Every ruling becomes tribal. Every loss becomes illegitimate to someone. This is exactly how systems fracture. Trump doesn't need to win everyone. He needs enough supporters, enough doubt, enough chaos. History shows this pattern clearly. When legitimacy collapses, power flows to those who can command loyalty under uncertainty. Part 7. Where Trump differs from history. Here's the critical difference. Caesar had an army. Berlusconi had media control. Nixon had institutional mastery. Trump has none of these fully. He relies on public emotion, media reaction, and system overreach. That makes him powerful but also fragile. If chaos stops rewarding him, he weakens fast. Trump is not inevitable. He is conditional. Final verdict. What Trump really is. Donald Trump is not mad. He is not a mastermind. He is a symptom accelerator. Like Nixon, he exposes paranoia inside power. Like Berlusconi, he turns prosecution into performance. Like Caesar, he tests how much a system depends on good faith. History doesn't tell us Trump's future. It tells us something more important. When institutions fail to earn trust, men like Trump stop being exceptions. They become inevitable. Donald Trump didn't break the system. He showed us where it was already cracked. And history warns us what happens next if nothing changes. This is Talk Maniac, where politics is explained, not shouted. See you next time.